I'm Sue Krzyston. My husband Mike and I became associated with All Saints Church 45 years ago. We had moved into a new home in Moon Valley and were looking for a new church home. One day there was a knock on my door, and the man standing at the door introduced himself as Pastor David Towers and said that the new mission church was beginning to meet at Lookout Mountain Grade School on Greenway Road. When he told us that it was a Lutheran church, and we had been Lutheran for a long time, we were hoping that this is just what we needed. My family raised me in the Lutheran church. In fact, my grandfather was a charter member, founding member of St. Paul's Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod in West Allis, Wisconsin. Yeah. And that was the church that we belonged to and that I grew up in. Growing up, I saw my family working on many committees, working in many facets in the church, attending meetings, and we also attended services every week. From the first Sunday that Mike and I attended the small mission church, which would become All Saints, we saw how much work it would take to grow this congregation and to make it successful. But knowing from my family's example, we were ready for that. We knew that we liked the church, and so we became charter members. Since there were so few members, we had a lot of different duties. We served on different committees, on church council. In fact, one of the things we did weekly was to set up the chairs in the sanctuary every Sunday in the gymnasium. But that also entailed washing the floor first, because there were spills from the night the night before that from the dance. While growing up in church that my family attended, I attended Sunday school in addition to church. In Sunday school, they gave us envelopes, offering envelopes, just like Mom and Dad had. Every week, Dad would give us a nickel or a dime, and we'd put it in the envelope, and I would proudly place it in the offering envelope, the offering basket as it was passed. When I got older and started to get an allowance, I learned about tithing, which is giving the first 10%. I also learned that it meant God has given us everything that we have, and so we should gladly give it back to Him. I learned that giving to church isn't like paying a bill. It isn't always an easy thing to do, especially if I was trying to save up for a new toy that I really wanted. Over our years as members of All Saints, we tried to keep this lesson in mind, even though sometimes our funds were short and it wasn't an easy thing to do. But we tried to keep our pledge, and God always provided somehow. We support this church because we appreciate all of the mission outreach, the programs, the music, and especially God's message that our pastors convey to the congregation. Over the past 45 years, we've seen changes in our church. We've survived 2 church building and relocation projects. We have faced a variety of challenges as a congregation. We've been served by a number of dedicated pastors, a wonderful music director, an amazing staff, and everything through the years has allowed All Saints to be true to its mission statement, which is to bring people the good news of God's love in Jesus Christ. This is why Mike and I pledge annually. We have included All Saints in our will and decided that our final resting place will be in All Saints Columbarium. We will fill our pledge card to be collected next Sunday, and I would encourage you to prayerfully consider all that God has given you and the fact that all you have is His. As the stewardship statement says, I pray that we can all remain rooted in faith and grow in giving together. Thank you.